Okay, looks like we're coming in here to the final boss. We have a lot of money left over, I just realized, but let's take a look here what we got. Alright, so starting off with the contract, of course. Yeah, so we've been able to kind of select our things. We've gone almost exclusively into Crusader. Mystic Shield, so we only lose half our shield every round. War Axe, so all of our attacks are doing at least 30 damage, including the snails. We start with a huge handful of cards. Power Stone to increase our action points by 1. And we also have a Power Gem that does the same. We start with an extra 100 health. We get a Thorns every round, which is great, and we also start with 1 to begin with. Adds 3 random enchantments, so we get some blocks, one with hold, one with we'll look in a minute. Map. So we have, we don't have to trigger the things as we go. We can't be frozen. Deal 20% into damage with holy stuff. We can ignore thorns when attacking. We apply a stun when we land a physical attack 12 times. Resurrection Scroll. The time you take fatal damage. You take no damage and so just right after use. Okay, I don't think we'll need it. Charm has a 75% chance to trigger. And we double the amount of hexes. Let's look here. We have very few of our starting cards. We have this whip, which is pretty well obsolete in our deck now, since we got cutlery. Spending 2 of our action points to deal a little bit of damage and apply an extra thorns is okay, but probably not what we'll be doing. We have 2 of these 1 cost level 3 shield bashes. Enchanted, yeah, so they enchanted with the cost reduction, so we can spam these out for tons of damage without having to try to weave them in with the big 2 cost. This one's almost never played, but these ones are our main win condition. We also have this Dutiful is enchanted with charm, so it's going to charm them, and that's got 75% chance to hit themselves and help us search our deck. Our Crucify, it's going to deal extra damage for each stack of thorns. Our Blessed Hammer is going to add 3 stacks of our blessing. Our blessings are kind of a mess right now, unfortunately, but we'll look at those in a minute. We also have this Warship. It's enchanted with block, so it's going to give us 90 block and 4 stacks of healing, and also select a card from the deck to hand, which is, or discard I think to hand, which is incredibly good because it lets us grab our shield bashes. Reinforce, gives us a trigger of evade, so we can hope to maintain that into the next round. So to then kind of go in with shield bashes, we can't do this into that because it uses all of our resources. We have the starting regen that we've leveled up, enchanted with block, and then copied twice. It's protect all, enchanted with block, so because it targets all allies, that block counts. So it's 230 block to all of us. By all of us, I mean 2. We don't have a summon yet. We never got one. Invest, which is pretty sweet, gives us 50 block because it's enchanted and gives us 2 energy per round. Guardian Angel just give us 4 stacks of healing and then go back. The double regen, to double this, we haven't played this yet, but it's hold, so it doesn't take up a slot in our hand. The Dispel All is great, so this also gives the block to both of us because they target all allies, and it gives us a Dispel triggers, and it has return, so we can play that twice. And this here is almost the same thing, except it only targets us, and we get 2 triggers to Dispel. We just picked up a 3rd level block all, because I think that's a good rate, 1 for 70 on both of us. We have a block with evade, we have a block with hold, and a block with block, which is pretty sweet. So that's 80 block on that one card. We have this charm, gain 10 and apply a charm, which is again 75% now. We have this Restore Sanity, which is going to get rid of some of our debuffs. It's going to restore some health and gives us 50 block. Heal Other just to keep our pet nice and healthy, and Antidote just for the poison, in case we need that. Fetch, which can go search our deck to go get stuff, which is very good. It's a little bit less good in this deck, but like also with the thing that makes it deal 30 damage by minimum, that's really good there. Hex, it removes Dispel and Reverberate, which is pretty cool, but it also just decreases stats. And these are our 2 blessings, which I'm not super happy about. I think Block Blessing is probably a little bit better, but we also have this card draw blessing. For every 2 rounds we get to draw a card. Yeah. With that, let's just take a look at what we can draw in our opening hand here. Let's owe to commission for a little bit. Not getting Investor leaves kind of sad, but oh well. Alright, this thing starts with Imbue. Next one hits, change to Fire. Fire Mastery. Level 1 adds 1 flame. Does 20 more damage. Abilities can return ones after use. Only 1 mastery can be active. Okay. Okie doke, that's kind of neat. Let's see what we can do here. We're gonna be going ahead, starting with something that's gonna give us some nice blocks. Start with the Protect All. We'll go fetch up a Dispel All. Use that. We will be using that. I don't think I'm too worried about the 4 ticks of poison. I think that's kind of not super important here. Looks like it's probably just, we can just get in a shield bash for a little bit of damage. Okay, 100 armor there, so we can play a little bit less aggressive. We can go ahead and charm. Hopefully that'll just deal directly to itself. Put up that. And reinforce. Hopefully we can keep this armor over, and we can. So it's going to damage itself. Leave us with a whole bunch of block. It's going to be buffing itself here. Set up a blessing. We have the evade one there. Okay. I think it's safe to go grab some shield bashes now. Yep, do a good 700 there. Evade, gotta be a little bit careful with that. Just spam that out to get rid of the evade. Let's grab the dutiful, see if we can get something that's cheap. This. Because we're going to be going ahead and using this warship. We can even get this back, do it again. And call that there. It's charmed, so this might even hit itself for a huge amount of damage. And it does. So we're going to have 8 or 9 here. So we're going to be going ahead and blocking all. And this should be game. There we go. That was a very quick. Okay, wait, is this not the end? Oh no, we just get experience, right?
The demons were banished from this world. People eventually reclaimed their lands and rebuilt their homes. Morale was at its highest, and peace was established across all kingdoms. As the years passed, the dreams turned into nightmares. Creatures massacring us all over again. This time, entirely different creatures, unfamiliar to me. I believed these to be warnings of what's to come. Or have I gone mad?
8. Ascension level 1 complete here. So what I did there is I started with the contract and I re-rolled for Crusader every chance that I could. And looked for things that gave block, and then I pursued every enchanter on the map that I could find, even if it meant running into hazards and stuff earlier on before I could avoid that. And then just kind of fighting through that, because those enchantments are really where it's at. Especially with these type of block strategies, getting 50 block on every card you play is just good, turns out. Alright, let's take a look here. 57 things discovered. Great. Very nice. Crickets. Great. Yeah, that's the end of that. Very much.